Welcome back. This is Nancy with Tea and Treasures. I wanted to come back to let you know I was still here and that I have finally gotten my stitching mojo back. So I have not stitched since 2019 really, and all of a sudden I got the bug again and I'm really enjoying it. So I wanted to share where I was at the beginning of the year here. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everything is going well for you and that you had a wonderful 2022. Hope the holiday season went well, that you got to see everyone you wanted to and be with all your loved ones. We stayed home. Thanksgiving had just the regular spread, turkey and all the fixins with it, and then for Christmas last year, we decided on a whim to go out and have a really nice meal. So we went to McCormick and Schmick's, which is a steakhouse here in Kansas City. And we liked it so much that we went back again this year and really enjoyed it, had a good time. And I think it's going to be a new tradition for us. But also, Jamie and Eric surprised me by taking me to lunch on my birthday, Christmas Eve. So that day we went to Pierpont's, which is an Argentinian, I think that's how you say it, Argentinian steakhouse. And we ate there, had really good conversation, a good time, and enjoyed ourselves quite a bit. So hopefully that'll be another tradition. So share with me below in the comments what you guys did, what your traditions are, and what's been going on in your life. And while we're talking about that, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe too. And as always, I'd love to hear your comments, so please comment and tell me which of my projects you liked and which ones you are interested in doing yourself or have done, and just share some good news with me. I wanted to let you know that if you look back on my videos, you'll see that I have done book reviews last year. Well, I only did a few. They didn't go very well, so I wasn't real motivated to get them out there. I did on Goodreads set my goal as 30 books, and of course, I don't read. I listen on my phone. So I get all my books from the library, Mid-Continent Public Library, and I set my goal for 2022 for 30 books, and I read 33. Yay me! So I was at 110%. So I was pretty happy with that. Last year, or in 2021, if you remember, I forgot about the book over the Christmas holidays, my last one that would have made my goal, and ended up short of goal because I forgot to finish it out. So this year I made sure I was ahead and got those books in early. But if you want to check out my books and book reviews that I did last year, you can go to Goodreads and find all of my reviews there. I have 4 icons in the upper right-hand corner of the page that are for Goodreads, Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram. So you can find me in all those places there. Love to have you join me, make comments, whatever, throughout the whole thing. I appreciate it. Now for 2023, I'm going to try to do videos every other week and get them out to you. I have always been a monogamous stitcher and have worked on one project and finished it, as you can see behind me, finished it before moving on to another project. So this year I'm going to try to be a little bit different and stitch on more so that you can see more progress. I also have 13 whips I want to show you today, and it's a lot fewer than I thought I had. I think what I was doing was counting all the things I have kitted up, and I got a lot of those. But my actual whips, things I have actually put stitches in, I only have 13. So I was pretty pleased with that. So I will show you those in just a minute. But I want to start out with how I got my Mojo back. So I, like I said, hadn't stitched since 2019. Just, you know, it didn't interest me. I didn't want to be bothered with it. And I put everything up, packed it all away, didn't worry about it. Well, last fall, I got a text from a friend, and she told me she had a proposal for me, which is kind of scary in itself, right? But what it was to join her at a retreat, or just a really more of a get-together, and spend 3 or 4 days just with like-minded ladies and stitch while we were there. So, you know, I was kind of, I wasn't sure. I was hesitant. I really wasn't sure I wanted to do that. So I told her I'd think about it and I would get back with her. So, of course, I called Sue Ellen, my sister-in-law. And, you know, we talked it over, and she's like, you know what, you just need to go. You haven't done anything this entire time. You know, you've been at home. All you've done is work. So you need to go and spend some time having fun for yourself away from work and family, just on your own with your friends. So I took that under advisement, as I do most of her suggestions. And I decided, yes, I'd go ahead. I would go ahead and do it. And I am so glad I did. I enjoyed myself. I had a great time. The ladies were so fun to see and stitch with. It was really nice. But after I made the decision, then I kind of panicked. I was like, well, I haven't stitched in forever. What am I going to show them? What am I going to do? I can't go in there with nothing. So I pulled out all my stuff again, and I found this piece that I have been dying to work on for ages and just wouldn't get it out again because I had so much trouble with it when I first started. You know, everything was off count and, you know, off one, so it was just kind of wonky, and I had to redo things. So anyway, I pulled it out, and I just know that's not going to happen. It's going to work this time. Everything is going to flow. So what is this piece, you ask? It's Told in a Garden, Family Treasure 3. It's a bell pull, and this is hard to see, I know, but this is what it is. Here's the top. Clear down to the bottom there. So when I pulled this out, I think I had finished through the heart there. This piece down here is what gave me so much angst. So I had that. Well, I worked on this and worked on this. That's halfway. Look at those beehives and the bees. Aren't they cute? And I kept working all the way through. And in less than 2 weeks, I had finished the entire piece. I was so excited. If you were following me on Facebook or Instagram, you saw this as it was a work in progress. But you can see how big this piece is. And gardening is one of my pleasures. So this piece just really spoke to me. And it's on... I've got the fabric here. Let me check real quick. It is on Jobelin Charcoal Green, and it's 28 count. It's 8 inches by 36 inches. So I'm just really pleased with this finish and was so happy to be able to mark this one off the list. Once I did, you know, of course it's going to be a bell pull. So Jamie and I, my daughter-in-law, went to the store to find some fabric to back it with. And I know this fabric might look a little odd at first glance, but when you see it, can you see it with the flowers here? How pretty it pulls out those pinks. And it's just kind of a pebbly look. It's a pinkish clay. So I think it's going to look adorable once I get this all done. And then for the hanger, I should have pulled it over here. I have a wooden hanger that's fairly big, and it's shaped in a castle, and it's all the burnt wood. So that'll look really pretty at the top of this. I was really pleased to be able to get that. And again, I've had this for years. I don't even know if this is available anymore. If it's not, I'm sorry. Okay, then I thought, that brought me up to like a week or so before, and I thought, well, what am I going to work on when I go there? Well, I had this project ready that I had already started working on, Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street Samplers, and I had all of this line and this one side of the house done. I thought, okay, I can take that and work on that. That'll be a good long project for me to do. So the week before, I started working and got more done on the house. And then when I got there, I kept working, and I actually finished it while I was at this get-together, which was so much fun. And I went out online. One of my friends had some initials that they had downloaded, alphabets, and I found this in and thought, oh, that'll be perfect. I'll replace Paulette's S with my N, so it represents my family. And this was, I just really liked it. I brought it home then after the retreat, and Jamie really liked it, so we went and got this frame, and I framed it up for her, and this hangs in her home now. I thought that was really pretty. Plop. But also, while I was at the retreat, I had taken another one on the off chance that I might get done with this one. And honestly, I really didn't think I would. I thought I will never finish that thing. Those little stars, some of them have over 300 stitches in them. So, that's quite a bit of work in one little bitty area. But I pulled this design by Waxing Moon Designs, Simply Autumn. And I just really liked it. See, it's got a crazy little turkey here and a cat here with the pumpkins. So I started on it while I was there after this, and I finished it while I was there too. So there's the whole piece that I finished there. So I would probably frame this, but see, you can see there's the cat, those little bug eyes, and you come across and see the turkey eyes bug out too. So, but I love that vine flowing through there and the leaves. I think that's just gorgeous. So, like I said, I will frame this one so I can put it up each fall with my decorations and be able to see it and enjoy it. So then I was really on a roll, and I came home, and I wanted to do another one, but I wanted something really quick so I could really count, and know that I was done with it. So I pulled Erica Michaels' A Winter's Nap. This is what this is. And it says, "We had just settled in for a long winter's nap." It's really very simple, but it's just so pretty. I decided to do it on this scrap of green that I had and really like how it turned out. I love the little underline of the trees and the hills down below, and then the red cross on the T's. I think it turned out real sweet, so I was really pleased with that one too. And then how you think, oh, I can do something else. I can do something I haven't looked at for years. And you know, it's just been laying in my shelf, on my shelf, and all kitted up and ready to go. So I pulled out Cranberry Row by Rosewood Manor. And this is a stocking that I have wanted to do for years for my son Eric. And it is covered with beads, which is, excuse me, just gorgeous. But I didn't think he would really care for the beads. So everything that is beaded, I changed to a floss that I had gotten from Phyllis Thompson. And let me pull it out here. It's a beautiful variegated floss. It's by Victoria Motto's Sampler Shop. And it's called Phyllis's Red. Isn't that pretty? It's 2 tones of red in there. I really, really liked it. So I used it for all of the beading work. So I start at the top, and you can see the color actually change if you look closely. And I worked and worked and worked on this. Took it all just like I did with the bell pull. Took it a row at a time, and just set a goal for each. And then I got down here to the bottom where it starts going into the toe, and I started having issues. So I actually only have 2 rows left that I need to finish stitching. Once I get those done, I will be done with this and be able to move it into a stocking form, which, by the way, is not on this. She tells you about it, but doesn't tell me how to actually do the stocking. Do I put a lining in it? Do I just put a backing on it? It does say that I need to use a stabilizer on the stitching portion. But if you have any ideas or a link to where I can find that, I would really appreciate it, because I'd like to get this done for him for next year and really have something nice to give him for that. He has seen it now because I couldn't wait. And, got the typical male, oh, So I think he likes it okay, but who knows, right? Who knows? So that brings me up to date. So that actually counts as one of my whips. And from there, I wanted to show you the rest of the whips that I have that I will be working on this year. To start with, I have Where Hearts Rest by Brenda Gervais, and that's the one that says nest, bird's nest, where hearts rest. And I worked on this quite a bit, but it's slow going, and I'm kind of intimidated by, sorry, I was picking something off of there, kind of intimidated by the upcoming bird nest. It's so big. But this is where I'm at right now. And I elected to put it on this khaki check, which I really like. I'm a big check fan. Here's another one here. The bumblebees and the flowers. I think that's by Little House. But I really like the checks and like to use them in different things. But so that's, that's a pretty good place for that. I'm not far off. And then my next one I have, these are my 2 like spring and summer pieces. I have 2Bs and ABCs. This is my working copy, again by Rosewood. Beautiful piece. You can see it's been all crumpled and really, really mangled. Well, I started at the bottom because I wanted to do that beautiful flower. And I got it in. My friend Sue Wild told me about basting stitches on this particular piece, that it really helped her out. So I put 2 one on each side and then one right down the middle, and that really has helped keep me more in line. But you can see that beautiful flower. I love that. Look how big it is. Here's my hand. So this is not a small piece. And I worked up, I got a little wonky, but you know, that kind of goes with me. A little off track, a little wavy. I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to worry about trying to make it straight and even. I like that. But then I got up into here on the big thistle, and I'm off. And I'm off quite a bit. I'm off like probably 4 stitches somehow. And I would say that's because I was talking while I was stitching. I was at a retreat and yeah, go way off balance on that. So that's another one though that I want to pull out and work on. And then for fall and Halloween, I have a few here. I've got Cat-O-Lantern by Calico Crossroads. I think that's cute. That little cat peeking out there. And I have the cat done. I did him in a variegated floss. Let's see if I have it here. Yeah, I do. It's Silken Colors. Oops, but I can't see the name of it. I use the little baggies so the name gets hidden. It's called Smoky Gray, SNC019. Let me put that back in here. There are not very many colors here. You know, just the 4 colors. That's it. That's all. So it's that beautiful green, which is an Anchor 103. Then I have another silk here, Phoenix Rising, which is the beautiful orange, and 310, black, DMC black 310. So this is where I've gotten to. Have the cat in and part of the pumpkin. Now the rest of it's going to be pretty easy because it's black work. You know, should go fairly quickly. But I've just got to get this pumpkin filled in. And I think I'm going to, see, you can't really see the cat's eyes. I think I'm going to fill those in with something because I can't hardly find them myself. And I might do an outline around his head because you really can't see anything there. It's just a blob. So I might do some outlining on that and finish that one up. That should be fairly easy too. Of course, you know, it's always the time, getting the time in, right? That's always our problem. The next one, this one, I started long time ago. Long time ago. I believe I found it in a magazine. And, yeah, I did. It doesn't tell me the name of it. Cross stitch and needlework, but I don't know what year. Yeah, that's all it says, cross stitch and needlework. But it's Nora Corbett, Halloween Fairy. So this is the one. I'm sure you guys have seen this on several other floss tubes. Very pretty. It's got a lot of beading in it. And I have it down to, haven't really done a lot. I have it on Zweigart fabric, Marshmallow Fudge. I believe I would have gotten this from Silk Weaver back in the early 2000s. So I have her, most of her torso and her head. I think a lot of that's left is going to be beads, and which I do have, but I'll need to start working on this at some point too and get her really going. She's too pretty to languish in the bag. And then another one for Halloween I have, pardon me, is by Waxing Moon Designs. Pardon me. Sorry, I've had a tickle forever. But this is Halloween cobwebs, and the verse on it says, Halloween, when the cobwebs in my house become decorations. I like that. I don't know if you've seen this one before, but I think it's really cute. I have this again on the marshmallow fudge. I think that's a really pretty fabric for Halloween. And I have a pretty good start on the hat. So that's another one that needs to come out and see the light of day more. All right, is that all my fall? I think that's all my fall. So then I have a couple for winter. I am so sorry. I have a cough drop here. I think I'm gonna pop it in to help. Okay. So this one is called Snowy Christmas, Quaker Style by Autry TM. You see the sleigh and the reindeer. Of course, the date on it is 2011. I don't know if I've had it that long or not, but ooh, I have a whole bunch in on this. That's it. But I think this one's really cute. This is on a Zweigert fabric, Cashel 28 count Violet Mist. So I think that's going to be real pretty once I get that going. I think, let's see, where is this? Huh. Oh, this is the bottom. So that's the bottom right corner as you're looking at the design. So I think that is going to, I've been thinking about this one a lot. I really want to work on it and get it going. Obviously, there's just a couple flosses on it. Okay, moving right along. This last one I have for Christmas, I sent out in a round robin years ago. And he's beautiful. This is Sweet Dreams Santa by Vermilion. Ooh, Giampa. Look at those bunnies. And look at the holly around Santa's head. I love the blue cloak that he's in. I think that is just gorgeous. Now this one takes a lot of floss. Look at that. This is all, I think it's all DMC. Yeah, all DMC. Tons of flosses. And then I have a couple of Krynics. Looks like they're the same color, light silver. Yeah, I got two of these. Light, can't figure out my hands. Light silver Krynics. And then just one package of beads. There's just a few beads on it. And these are the little 4.54 grams. I think they're just white. It's hard to get it focused on that. See that? So I sent it in the round robin. And, you know, you send these things around and you're thinking, it's going to come back almost done. Well, not quite. This is where it's at. So that one corner is pretty well done within the frame. Then the frame will need to be reworked and done. But the part I was hoping someone would work on is Santa's beard because of all the white. And of course, that's nobody's favorite to stitch. But I would love to get this out, get this done, and get him up on my walls for Christmas. He's been waiting patiently for way too long, so I need to get him done. And then I had some stitches, just 2 more here, that for me they're whenever. You know, they're not a specific time of year for me. So the first one is by the Sweetheart Tree. It's a teeny tweeny tiny thistle. And you can see those little beads all through there, which I'll have to get. My daughter-in-law started this because, you know, she loved the design. And we started it on Ada because I thought that would be easier for her to see and understand how to do. So she did a little bit, but honestly, she doesn't have the patience to sit and just do that. She has other things she wants to work on. So you can see the purple and the 2 different greens. There's a pretty stitch in the thistle head. So this is another small one. Should be fairly simple. Not simple, but fairly quick to finish up. I took it back over probably in 2018, and it's been sitting there ever since. Then my last one is one that I have had, I can't tell you how long I've had them, but everybody knows it and loves them. It's by Rosewood Manor Barnwood Buttons. It's all in white with all those beautiful buttons on there. And the saying is, when one tugs at a single thing in nature, he finds it attached to the rest of the world, which I thought was really beautiful. Beautiful sentiment. I have it on Picture This Plus Barnwood 28 count Cashel. Let me figure out which is in and which is out. I've got it maybe a third of the way. So I've got the first few flowers in and part of the verse. But what draws me so much to this one is I was working on it at work, and all the ladies that I lunch with went home and they all brought me back buttons. So I've got tons of white buttons to choose from and decide which ones will go on this pattern. And then, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a little butterfly, and it's a button up here. I pulled all these buttons from Picture This Plus, and we'll decide which one of these will go up there, or if I want to work some more in across the piece itself. So, this piece kind of has some sentimental value for me, so I want to work on it and see if I can make some progress on it again this year. So that, my friends, is all my whips. That's it. I don't think that's too many. That's 13. One of them is really close. I can knock it out fairly quickly. You know, the others are going to take some work and going to be hard, but I would like to finish them, at least 3 this year. So I don't know which 3 that will be, but I'd like to see work done on all of them this year. I think that's a pretty doable goal. I don't think it's going to be hard to meet that. Okay, next. the last thing I wanted to talk to you about is I have a piece that I have had since the early 2000s. I saw this and absolutely fell in love with it. I don't know. There's something about it. But I just love it. It's Dutch Beauty by Perman of Copenhagen. I know you've seen this. I know you know about this design. I believe it was stitched by, I don't know how old she was, a little girl in Holland. But anyway, it's huge. It's huge. And I am going to start this year. I've gotten all my colors. It calls for DMC, but I converted them all over to weeks because I like the variegation, and they were brighter than the DMCs. And I kind of wanted my piece to be brighter and not quite as dulled. So then, with that thought in mind, I went to my local needle workshop, which is Cece and Company out in Blue Springs, and we looked at fabric, and she had several pieces, but I would have to order them all, and they wouldn't come in until probably February. So I landed on a piece of antique white Lugana, and this is Zweigert. So it's just plain, and I did get 32 count full yard. I don't know how I'm going to stitch this in hand, but I'm going to give it my best shot because I want this baby working on. I want to be on this working. So what I thought was you guys could join my madness. If this design interests you, please grab it. Let's get going on it. And let's do a sal, Dutch Beauty sal. There is a Facebook page called Dutch Beauty Sal that you could add your progress in there. Be sure to hashtag it with hashtag 2023 Dutch Beauty Sal, S-A-L. And you can also use that same tagline on Instagram, and we can show our progress out there too. So I'd love to do that. I'd love for you to join me. I know this is going to be a long, slow, arduous task, but I think it's one that's going to be well worth it in the end. And for me, I'm going to make plans all the way across the piece. And I'm thinking I'm going to like start here, and I'm going to do down the piece, and then I can roll my fabric, and then I'll go to the next section and work there, and keep doing that across the piece so that I can keep rolling it up, and because I work in hand, roll it up and have it out of the way to work on the next section. This might not work. I might have to see about getting a frame of some sort to put it in. But I am going to try this and get this done. I mean, so many beautiful things in here. There's tigers and swans, bunnies and little dogs, people, flowers, angels. It's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So please join me. Please have fun with me. Let me know in the comments below if you think you might be able to work this in. And I plan on working on it at least once a month so that I can show progress on it for you too. So that concludes our video. I am really excited about getting going again. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Leave me a comment. What you liked, what you didn't like. I don't, anything constructive. I appreciate it. And with that, I will see you again in a couple weeks. Brightest blessings.